Hi everybody, it's Amanda from Jupiter Rising. Welcome back. So I know I've been promising this workshop for a really long time now, and your girl's an idiot and Mercury's in retrograde, so I accidentally deleted everything that I had recorded. Yay! Okay, so we're gonna start over from scratch, which is probably lucky for you, so you won't have to hear me ramble on for like 20 million fucking hours about stuff that people don't care about. I mean, you guys care, but, you know, I tend to get off topic if you've watched any of my videos or been to any of my lives. So, okay, so first off, we're going to talk about the things that you need. You need a Sharpie of any various sizes. I mean, I have like 7 Sharpies right here. And I'm always dropping things. And then after that, you're going to need a piece of paper. I'm not going big and crazy today, so we're just using this small piece of paper. This one is going to be made to be taped up in my window and kind of ward off any negative vibes or anything like that anybody else might be putting out there towards me. So now that we have what we need, what are sigils? Like, why do we use them? Why is it such a big thing that people talk about all the time? So, sigils are a collective symbol that we use for protection, to seal spells, to ward off energies. I mean, I've made them and anointed my windows and door frames with essential oils for protections. I keep those up as my wards in my space. It can be used as tattoos. It can be used as just a symbol to remind yourself to stay positive or love yourself. There's so many different uses, and there's also so many different ways to do these. So after you watch this video, I suggest you dive into the internet and look up different ways that work for you. I do my sigils a very specific way. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. There are tons of different ways. So some people use like a number system. Some people use just by making words and forming them into symbols and combining them together. But the whole thing is you're really making a monogram, or like a one combined image of all the different letters or all the different things that you're trying to put into this image. And something that you hear me preach all the time is everybody's practice is personal. If you don't think that my way sounds appealing, but you still want to make sigils, look them up and see like what you can do or what you can find or all the different ways to do it. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I do mine, and then we will go ahead and get crafting them together. So, if you're watching this, pause it here and go look yourself, or pause it after I say what I'm going to say, but look it up and check out some different ways of crafting sigils. Mark it down, but the base theory is the same. The base way that I do this is the same as any other way that you're going to craft sigils. So we're going to start with a sentence. We're going to eliminate any repeating vowels. Then we're going to take our letters and either do, here it is, the numerical symbol where people draw out in that way, but I don't know how to do that one. I've seen it, but it's not my thing. You can use it though. Just follow along with what I'm doing and you can apply it. I'm going to be using Saxon runes because this is what relates to my heritage. So yeah, I'm going to use Saxon runes today, and they look a little bit like this. There's another alphabet on this page called the Theban alphabet, and if you like that one, you could use that too. All right, so this is a page out of my personal book of shadows, which I never show to people, so this is kind of weird for me. Here it is. So the top is the Saxon runes, and I have listed every symbol with the letters corresponding underneath. Then the Theban alphabet is this one down here, but I find it a little difficult to combine the letters on that one as much as combining the letters on the top one. These ones are like swirly and shit like that, so I'll use these sometimes for carving on candles. Like if I'm carving a word into the side of a candle, sometimes I'll do that, but most of the time I'm going to be using the Saxon alphabet because I relate to it a lot. If you've ever read runes, it's written in that. Norse runes, Saxon runes are very similar.
So this is where I started to rant about the history of
Norway and
the Saxons and the Vikings meeting. So I'm sorry for this, but yeah.
So I was writing an article about it a long time ago. Anyways, so I've ranted enough, and we're gonna go ahead and start crafting our sigil. So what do we say? What do I say we were doing? Oh, I'm doing a protection sigil for my window. So what is it that I want, right? Protect me from protection from negative energy. Let's start there. So protection from, let's go negativity. It's short. I like to keep things like into shorter sentences. Negativity. I can't spell. So now we have this written, right? Protection from negativity. The next step is to go through and remove any repeating letters. So I'm going to take the O's out. Let's go to T's. T's are gone. E's are gone. N's will be gone. F's, they're still there. R's, nope, you're out. M's, they're good. I's are out. So then I'm left with P, F, M, G, A, V, and Y. So now we're here. So these are all the letters left over. And this is a minimal thing because, like, for real, if you try to use every single letter from the words that you're trying to create a sigil into, it's going to take you a really long time. Now we're left with these few letters that are here, right? We have P, F, M, G, A, V, Y. Can you tell I've taken a lot of I exams? All right. So I'm going to take, and this is where you're going to apply your own method. If you don't like the Saxon rune method that I'm doing, you can go into the number system, but I don't know how to teach that because I don't use it. But I'm sure you could look it up because the internet is a wonderful tool. All right, so next up is I'm going to write my letters into my Saxon runes. So I have P, F. You'd think I would know these by heart by now. I know some of them. Where's fucking M at? Oh, there we go. I should know that. I have that tattooed on me. G. A. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay. A. V. And we have Y. Okay, so now we're here. So you can kind of see what I've done. All right, so this is my Saxon runes for the letters here that are the leftover non-repeating letters from the phrase. So protection from negativity. This is what's left. This is what we're working with. Now it's time to craft our sigil. My most important thing that I do is every time that I put my letter into the sigil, I draw the entire thing. You don't just want to draw the branch letters that come off without going over the whole outline, okay? So we're going to start with the P. Like this. So our next one, all right, we're here. This is our P. Like I said, my tripod's broken, otherwise I would have filmed this a totally different way. And I deleted the old one that was filmed correctly, so. All right, so now I'm gonna add my F. So now my F is in there. Next, I'm going to add the M. How do I want to do this? Because otherwise it's going to get a little bit busy in here. Okay, so the M. Oh, I think I got it. It's going to go here. Connect that right there. And then we're going to draw through. This is getting messy looking, but we'll clean it up. We'll clean it up. M, the X, that's there. We're going to move over to here. But when I go over it in Sharpie, it will look a lot better. Okay, so then that'll go back in there. Then we'll go to this side. Over there. And there. And this. That. Okay, so I have my rough outlines done and it looks like crap because I have no sense of symmetry. So then we have things start to form. So this is the one I fucked up. So this is the one that I actually like a lot better because it looks a little bit like stained glass, kind of like, I don't know. I like the effect on it. So next I'm going to take a blank piece of paper, this big one right here. And we're going to move this out of the way. And now we're going to start the actual rune itself. So, well, the rune, the fucking sigil, you know what I mean. So, at this point, we have our general idea going on. So, I'm going to start, and let's hope I don't fuck this one up. Now, while you're writing this, making your final one, make sure you're really setting those intentions into what you're doing. If you want to make your lines a little thicker, because this is, once again, personal, you know? This is about how you want your sigil to look, because it's going to be there, but it's going to be out of sight, right? So sigils work really well once you take them out of your direct sight. You're going to charge them. They're going to be there. But the point is that for me to like be that post-it note on the wall that you look at occasionally to remind you about stuff, but it's always there to remind you, and it's always there to be there for you. But I like to keep them out of sight, out of mind. That's why I put them a lot on the insides of jar lids, so I'm not seeing it that often. Or like I have one tattooed on my wrist, but I barely ever look at it, like this one right here. So, you know, I keep them kind of out of sight, out of mind. Okay, here we go. We're almost done. I like it so far. I'm not like hella upset. I've been saying hella a lot lately, and I don't know if it's because I finally have settled into my life in Southern California after being here for a really long time. Okay, I like it. I think this looks good. Okay. Don't think you always have to do this in black too. So if you have different colored Sharpies, you know, you can coordinate like your colors with your sigil meanings. So like, you know, if you're trying to do a sigil for self-love, that you could, you know, paint on the bottom of your bathtub, which is a great idea. but probably against landlord rules. I don't know. But just anyways, coordinate your colors, you know. It's like candle magic. It's everything. So my big thing about magic is once you get into practicing spell work and like creating things like this, it's all about correspondences, right? And it feels good to layer and layer and layer and layer, like colors and candles and days of the week that coincide with planets that control those parts of what you're trying to work with. All right, so I have our finished product, and I will probably trim the edges on this a little bit because this piece of paper is pretty big, but I actually really like it. So once we're done, you want to have your image. So this is it. This is why my sigils probably don't look a lot like sigils that you see very often, because I don't use the same alphabet. But this is how I do them. And not everybody likes to do things the way that everybody else does. So after I have this, I'm going to light a white candle, and I'm going to sit and meditate on the reasoning behind this. And I'm going to take my entire cone of power that I am envisioning, like you do when you're in a circle. I'll probably use a triangle for this casting. And I will focus all of my energy into this image. Really give it a charge. You want it to feel like this image is glowing with the intention that you want to put into it, right? And then after that, you can take it and hang it anywhere you want. Keep it there, and then I recommend refreshing them every couple of months or every time you feel like it. If you really feel like you're starting to go through something kind of traumatic, or it's a big change in your life, or somebody caused some conflict with you, it never hurts to recharge your wards or your sigils or your protection. You know, spells don't last forever. Sometimes they lose their potency, so you got to keep them up. And that's it. So this was our finished one after I trimmed down the sides a little bit, and I might touch up the edge over here a little bit more before I charge it and everything and use them. So I hope you all enjoyed this today. I am trying to do more content for my YouTube channel. The pandemic and, you know, social justice issues, protesting, work, a lot of that. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff going on in my personal life at my job. So I'm going to try to pour a little bit more of my time into here because it makes me feel better. I'm working on another painting right now. The video will be cool. I'm filming a time lapse for it. So the first time lapse is going to be really crappy because I start painting at night. But the main one will be filmed in daylight, so you can actually watch what I'm doing and see the fucking process. But my tripod broke, so it's kind of put off for a little bit. I'm going to try to keep up with new videos every week on here. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment, share, all that great stuff. I really appreciate all of you so much. It's Monday today, and I'll be putting this video up. So if you know, go over to my Instagram and you can catch the Unfiltered Forecast at 6 p.m. where I go through all the cards for the week and give you a little bit of a forecast without any filter. Hang out, smoke a bowl with me, let's talk about tarot, witchcraft, and then afterwards is always the hour-long tarot session where you can ask me your questions and I will answer them with the best of my abilities. So I hope you all enjoy your day. I hope you loved this video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.